Namaste, beloveds. This is Jen Matahari G, and I'm making part 2 of that video because there were quite a few other questions that were asked in this beautiful group that I facilitate that is currently called, well, it was entitled The Magdalene Transmission, and it's where the Magdalene Transmission took place. And yeah, so, and I just want to let everyone know, like, to all those people that are asking the questions, like, I'm going to be answering for the collective, like, I'm going to be giving, it's not going to be a personal answer to you, but of course there will be a very important message in that answer for you, but I'm answering the questions of really from the perspective of, like, how they're going to benefit the collective. So in a way, like, all the people that are asking questions, like you're in service, because you're enabling this clarity and codes of information to stream down for many people, but it's not about your personal situation. So I just wanted to say that, and I just wanted to say that I just want to, yeah, thank you so much to all the amazingly beautiful comments for my last video. And yeah, obviously I feel it's working. I feel that this relationship is working, you know, me and this YouTube channel. And yeah, so I haven't had the easiest time in the last few days. A friend of mine passed over, and it's been a very intense experience, actually. Just kind of like, you know, being so open psychically and spiritually, and you know, and then someone passes over that you know, that you love and you have a very, you know, long-term connection with, and oh God, Mr. Finn is calling. Oh no. Oh.
Mum?
Yeah?
Can you drop me into class assembly at like 11 tomorrow? 12. 12?
Yeah.
Okay, and then basically we're gonna go to Leon's, and then me and Henry are gonna get a bus to the sleepover, and then, yeah.
Cheers.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
I'll record it.
Okay, I will. Not. This is my life as a mama G. Anyway, so what was I saying? Sorry, yeah, basically it's been a really intense week for my you know, my beloved soul sister passing over, and being really super psychically open, and being able to receive messages from her, and you know, just all the shock and just everything. And yeah, it's been a really full-on week. Oh my God, energetically. And you know, like you know, I stay on my board. I'm really good at staying on my board. In fact, I'm absolutely amazing at staying on my board. But I must say, this week the ocean was a bit choppy. It was a bit choppy this week. There was a little bit of it wobbling. I didn't fall off the board, thank the Lord. Still on. But yeah, so like, I know that if I'm feeling it, that there's like big things are going on in the collective consciousness at the moment. Yeah, and I really feel that, you know, this whole lionsgate, like, this has been the most intense build-up that we've ever had, and you know, this is the peak of the solar Christos rays, you know, and it will carry on peaking. It's like it's peaking in a sense of, like, it's kind of like, you know, with the whole ascension process, like, you know, we will be like bombarded with gamma rays and you know, photonic light particles, and so we're constantly being bombarded with them. But then there's particular alignments, astrological alignments and gateways, where that bombardment is, like, you know, absolutely like exponentially intensified. And that is what's occurring, like, you know, for the 888. That's a perfect example. But they're going to keep on increasing in intensity until, you know, you find that place within yourself where you are, you know, like what we just talked about, where you're on your board, you're staying on your board regardless of what is occurring on the third dimension. And so, you know, these periods are not as, you know, as sort of volatile, or what's the word, kind of, I don't know, just unsettling and or challenging, like the more stable you are, you know. So yeah, massive energies are going on, and you know, it's all building up to the 888. And thank you so much to all of you that have signed up to the 888. This is going to be the most epic oh my God, this transmission, you know, they're all so powerful. But this one, next level, and everyone that resonates with the lionsgate, with that portal, and wanting to come forward to activate and ground on your grid point, you know, to be the earth conduits for this light dispensation. So crucial that Gaia has as many beloveds on their points as possible. And you know, and there's a bursary fund has been set up for people that, you know, genuinely genuinely cannot, you know, pay that full energy exchange. So yeah, just please write to me and let me know, and I'll let you know about, there is a code that can be used. So yeah, really looking forward to gathering with all of you on Tuesday, and yeah, tomorrow I'm off to the Green Gathering in England, which is in Chepstow. And going to be playing lots of sacred music, lots of kirtan with my beloved Sangha, my soul tribe of Avalon, and we just play loads and loads of sacred music all the time, and it's amazing, and I can't wait to go. And anyway, so this is all what's going on, beloveds, and yeah, thank you all so much for showing up. Thank you all so much for signing up for the 888, for all the people that are really, like, you know, finding me and connecting with. We are connecting, you know, on this. What's going on? Sorry, I just noticed something weird. Anyway, I'm gonna start answering these questions now, beloveds. I'm gonna talk more about the 8. I'm gonna talk about all of it, and I'm not gonna use anyone's names, because the thing is, that they're not personal questions. You know, when I'm answering these is for the collective, but hopefully you'll get a message for yourself as well. So, beloved sister has said, I'd love to know about the 0 point and about heart chakra. So much going there, and lower chakra, with love and light. With love and light. 0 point and about heart chakra. God, there's so much to say about the 0 point. The 0 point. Okay, I can only you know, tell you what my understanding of the 0 point. And the 0 point, it's like, when twin flames meet and merge and awaken to the knowing of the identity of each other on any plane of consciousness, when that moment occurs and the twin flames recognize each other, and in that moment of recognition they rush together in, you know, in just like celebration and union, and in that place of that, the energy of that reunion, how I understand it, it activates a spiral of eternal love. And that spiral of eternal love is the 0 point field. And what that means is that in that union, which creates that spiraling union, you know, like a bit like the 12-strand DNA helix, but as that spiral's taking place, what is actually happening is that love, that consciousness of that love, is penetrating through all dimensional realms, from the 3rd dimension and below, and up to the 33rd and beyond. The frequency of intense union and love is basically opening wormholes to all of the dimensional realities. So I refer to that place, that spiral where that merge takes place, of that eternal love, that eternal union, in that moment and meeting place, that to me is the 0 point field. And the 0 point field is the place where you have access to all dimensional realms of reality. Like it's like the gateway. The 0 point is like of union, of sacred love, you know, that is the gateway to all dimensional realms. Like, and so in a way it's kind of like the 0 point's a bit like it's a bit like death without dying, because like when you enter the 0 point, your soul can go anywhere. Like there is no limitation. It doesn't have the limitation of the 3rd dimension. You know, and it's who we truly are. It's like that is who we truly are. Like we are these multidimensional beings, and through our consciousness we are able to explore this multidimensional like universe. You know, so the 0 point, that's what it's about. It's about that, it's that place of love, of divine union, which is connects all of the dimensional realities together into the now, into the present moment. That's it. Like you can't like talk about the 0 point without talking about the now moment. Like it's all timelines converge into the now moment. And that, you know, and that is when you awaken to your multidimensionality. You realise like, oh, time doesn't quite exist in the way I was trained and conditioned to believe that it exists. Like time is like, you know, time is bendable and movable, and like, you know, and it's through our consciousness and through how our consciousness can explore. You know, it can explore past timelines, present timelines, future timelines, and that's what, you know, I'm bringing through in my work. And you know, let's just take a moment to talk about the Atlantis timeline MP3, because that is exactly what we're doing in the Atlantis timeline MP3. We are going back to the timeline of Atlantis, and we are changing the script. You know, and for all these new brothers and sisters that have found me, I really, spirits like, Jen, can you tell them about the Atlantis MP3? Okay, and I will, because I can't actually believe I haven't really shared with you about it, but I must say, out of all the MP3s I brought through, this has activated the deepest number of reunions and deep healings between twin flames. Because the thing is, what's happening is, you know, we're all experiencing this original core trauma at the time of Atlantis, like, and then this activates the tear in the soul, you know, for both twin flames, and then each lifetime after Atlantis is a manifestation of that original wound. So all these people are coming to me of this lifetime and that lifetime and this abandonment and this guilt, and it's just like, well, you know, you can deal with the branches, but you may as well go back to the root. You may as well go back and change the timeline that happened at the root, you know, and that is at the time of Atlantis. And so I've brought through this MP3, or Spirit has like brought, you know, manifested this MP3, this sacred divine message that takes you back to the time of the Atlantis, the time when the divine feminine experienced the original abandonment by the divine masculine, and the divine masculine experienced the original, you know, guilt that just absolutely like overtook him on all levels, like this guilt. And so if you change that script, so your consciousness is still attuned to that particular timeline. And so we as master avatar beings, it is our responsibility to work out where the source of the trauma lies, and then through our awakened multidimensionality, go back to these timelines to activate a transformation in the script, in the narrative that occurred. And then we then experience that via our consciousness, via our, you know, like via our consciousness. And then this in turn informs all of the cellular memory to come into alignment with this new knowing and experience that is being experienced through the power of the imagination. Power of the imagination is the most powerful tool that God has given humans, because the imagination is the direct link to God's mind, and this is obviously the link to our multidimensionality. And you know, it's just such an amazing, like, the mind, the human mind, like consciousness. What is consciousness? I mean, I'm following this really amazing guy on YouTube at the moment. What's his name? I don't know his name. I might find out what, but yeah, he talks a lot about the body, and how, like, you know, all the aspects of the body have been configured in like the most sort of like, you know, holiest upon holiest of ways. So I will share about that. So anyway, yeah, the 0 point field is that's how I see it. I see it as the point of no time, and I see it as the point of all time. Like, that's the best way to describe it. It's the point of no time, 0 time, and all time. Like 0, which is like power, is like everything is like 0, 0, 0 to the power of, to the power of, to the power of, you know? You know, whenever you add a 0 to any number, it exponentially increases. So the 0 point field is like the field of like creation and expansion, and it's the field of nothing as well, of no time. I hope that explains. That's my perception anyway. About the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is the heart is the link zone between 3D, 5D and above. The heart is the bridge where, well, the heart actually is also the 0 point field, in the sense that the truth of your heart is absolute pure love. And so, and it's deep, abiding like wave upon wave of unconditional love. Like that is the heart consciousness. And again, that transcends all dimensional realms when you are truly, truly aligned with the heart consciousness. But the thing about the heart is that it's like, I wouldn't say the heart has been demonized, but the heart has certainly been disrespected. Like the voice of the heart has been disrespected, and the voice of the heart is like, you know, it's like that is the script of our highest destiny. Like, you know, we've created this timeline of our highest destiny, and that all that you know, however that's going to get played out, that script is stored in our hearts. So we must listen to and follow our hearts, because our hearts have been programmed to deliver us to our destiny. Our hearts are extremely important for our evolutionary expansion, and they are the master navigator. They are the master. Like the heart must be the master of the ship. The heart must be the master of the ship. Like if we're going to create heaven on earth, because we all carry a blueprint to create our own personalised aspect of heaven on earth. But again, that script is in the heart, and so we have to learn, and but we've all been massively, heavily trained to not listen to and prioritise and respect the voice of our heart, to the detriment of all. So yeah, the thing is, it's like, if you're like, oh well, what's my heart? Well, generally your heart will be just the most exquisite song, like so whenever you hear that exquisite song, that's your heart. And please trust me on that. Right, so, and lower chakra, I don't know what that means. Right, okay, I've got another question. Oh, back, gum. Okay. Would we be completely physically attracted to our twin flame, or can the physical look of them be a challenge for us to overcome, to see the soul is what really matters? I cannot imagine that you would not be physically attracted to your twin flame. I'm sorry, my dear sister, but I don't believe that is possible. I do not believe that is possible. From where I stand, with my understanding of like the twin flame union, I cannot envisage that that is possible, because you are your twin flame. Like there's no separation between you and your twin flame. So why on God's earth would you create someone that you're, you know, if you're going to be in a union with them but you're not attracted to them? Like that would not make any sense on a soul level to serve the collective. Now, obviously, you know, there are always what they're called, like kinks in the system. There's always, you know, one, isn't there? Like you can't say that 100%, because we live in a reality where anything actually really is possible. So it is possible, but my God, is it rare? My God, is it rare? And it's not about kind of, it's like you know. I hope that makes sense, darling sister. My dear brother said, I'm glad people have questions because I felt clueless what to ask. Aww. Okay, someone's got a burning question. I have a burning question. We are all on our divine life journey, and we all probably have experience with use of certain substances that can alter the mind. Please, Jen, can you elaborate on this and what role they play on your journey to where you are now? I'm asking this because a part of me feels guilty for applying sacred medicine like cannabis in my daily practice, and that voice wants to send me on a massive guilt trip, but then the message I get from my heart is that my divine life purpose is to be happy in moderation and with the right intention. I've had some of the most profound insights and breakthroughs with the assistance of sacred medicine like cannabis. There's a big stigma though of being a stoner, and I often do hide it from people who are not close to me. To sum up, the question is, what does your inner guidance say on the use of substance? Oh, please call me Pippi. Okay, Pippi. Oh, I hope you heard that. Yeah, so basically, like for myself, yeah, I have had relationship with plant medicine, and you know, definitely. And I've had a relationship with plant medicine where I've disrespected that plant medicine, and I would say I now very much have a relationship where I deeply honour and really highly respect plant medicine. So, and you know, and I'm certainly not going to sit here and like preach about, you know, it's how it is, because we are all on our own individual journey. And I'm just so grateful that Mother, Father, God has blessed us with these sacred herbs to enhance our spiritual awakening and expansion, and activate our pineal gland, and assist us on so many levels. And like, they are there to be respected and loved and used, but you know, they're not there to be abused or used in an addictive way. And that is the problem for people on the earthly plane. Like, you know, when we find something that we like, we then, you know, it's quite easy for it then to become an addictive habit. And that's when I don't feel that is in alignment with the highest kind of like timeline for yourself. I would say that, you know, like, I do not call it, I refer to cannabis as Santa Maria. That is its true vibrational name, is Santa Maria. And I have the most like deepest honour for Santa Maria, for my own personal journey, and for her as a sacred herb and sacred medicine for Gaia. And I believe that she's a huge part of the New Earth paradigm in all ways. And I work with Santa Maria in a very intentional and sacred ceremonial way, and very shamanic way. And I believe, and I don't smoke her. I eat her. Like I eat, you know, whatever, a tiny amount. You only need a very tiny amount. So that's my feeling. Like, you know, it's like they're there to be used, they're there to be honoured and respected, but they're not there to be abused, and they're not there to be, you know, for you to kind of use every day. I mean, you know, so you're saying that you're using it every day. I do think with Santa Maria there are certain times in our life where it is appropriate for us to use them every day. I would say that. But I would also say that when you're in that cycle, be very attuned to your higher self, because when you reach that place, you will be getting very close to actually stopping that cycle when you're at that place of doing it every day, especially if you've got quite a high vibration. So what I'm saying is, be attuned to the messages of your higher self, and probably from your twin flame as well, giving you messages that it's time to stop the use of it on an everyday basis. Because I don't think that is really sustainable for the long term myself, because I think we also need time to assimilate the teachings in it. Right, so going down. Okay, this is interesting. What do you mean, zero doubt? I feel the mind will always create doubt. No. I would like more clarity on how we all truly know it's our twin. I kind of talked about this in the last video, and I'm going to go back to this because this is obviously a reminder about this, and it's like, you know, that thing that we discussed about the divine feminine. Generally in the divine feminine polarity, there is a sense of the recognition taking place, and that is in alignment with the sacred scriptures, which always hold that in the divine couple. And this is in the Zohar, and this is in all the Sanskrit texts and the Egyptian hieroglyphs. There's always the masculine and feminine depicted, with the divine feminine holding the book of knowledge. And the book of knowledge is the book of gnosis, the book of remembrance, the sacred marriage of the divine self with Mother, Father, God, and then the activation of that union of Mother, Father, God within the self as the Hieros Gamos, that I am, who I truly am, is the Hieros Gamos. And in that knowing of that inner internal marriage and recognition, there is the birthing of the remembrance that is also one's destiny, for that which is within, which is known and experienced within, to be manifest on the external plane. Because that is the primary axiom of creation, of as it is within, so it is without. As it is within, so it is without. And when it has been attained within, it is a matter of cosmic moments that it is attained without. But when it is attained within, there is all surrender to that desire and attachment for the need for it to manifest on the external plane. And this is when you truly know you are ready, when you have no real. It's not like you don't have a desire, because you always have a desire to be in union with your twin flame, but you don't need it like to be on your mission. You don't need it to be happy. You don't need it to be showing up in the world as your absolute, you know, epitome of spiritual radiance and remembrance. Like, you know, there's a desire of the soul, of the physicality, like for its mate. Yes, of course. Like, and that is so beautiful. Like, we're creatures. So that's it really. I mean, so basically, like, you know, we talked about, you know, this whole thing about zero doubt, and it's like when the divine feminine, like when she meets her mate, like, and she's a twin flame, and she's like, you know, received the, you know, we've been ordained like as twin flames, like prior to incarnation. We've been ordained by the Most High, by the Elohim Council of Light, you know, the Syrian Council. There's been, like, we've been ordained as twin flames. So when the divine, particularly the divine feminine polarity, encounters her actual, genuine, bona fide twin flame, she knows, she recognises him, you know. And I've discovered on this journey that hasn't quite been the case for the divine masculine, as it hasn't been the case for my divine masculine. You know, he's been on his own journey, and like whether you could call it a karmic journey, whether you could call it, I think it's much more like it's a journey that's related to our destiny, and there's certain things that needed to happen before we come into union. You know, that's what I reckon. So the divine feminine, there is that knowing, and the thing is, you know, I always talk about catalyst twins, because most, honestly, I don't mean to sound like, you know, but most people, they think they're with their twin flame, they're treating them like shite and getting all, you know, being, you know, that's probably not your twin. I still believe that the vast majority of people who actually think they're with their twin are actually with their catalyst twin. All this drama, all this blocking, all this, like, I can't imagine that would happen in a real twin union. Like, because to me, like, when you actually, like, that like would definitely happen in a catalyst twin union. Like, so much drama and so much blocking and so much, you know, hurt and pain and trauma, and like, God, that goes on in catalyst twin situations. But in real twin situations, there's just this, like, maturity. There's just, like, this absolutely deep and abiding maturity of surrender, of, like, God's will, whatever is God's will. Like, I am a servant of God's will. I am an instrument of God's will. And so there's no resistance, there's no chasing, there's no... So, yeah, that's it. And you know, for my own self, I've kind of, like, played out this very, very archetypal divine feminine, divine couple awakening, sort of like hero-heroine journey. And, you know, through the recognition of my beloved, my genuine beloved, that has activated all the codes in the pineal gland to release the remembrance of, and whatever it is that they are, like hormones or secretions pertaining to my consciousness being flooded with the knowing of who I am as a multidimensional being, and thus experiencing the ascension of my consciousness directly via the knowing and remembrance of who my beloved twin flame is, which is the Kundalini awakening. So, zero doubt. So yeah, the feminine has zero doubt in my experience. Not with catalyst twins. With catalyst twins, you're like, oh, is it my twin? Is it not my twin? Is it not my twin? Not with a real twin. Unless you're, you know, you might be the masculine polarity, because it seems like the masculine polarity has not, you know, and you know, let's maybe look into that for a moment. Like, why is that? And I watched something really interesting, and it's actually this woman, is it? I can't remember if it's her, but it was about how, like, you know, the reason why God, like, the woman is holding the book of knowledge and the book of Gnosis, knowing and remembrance, is that Mother, Father, God decided that the masculine was too corruptible, and the feminine would be far more harder to corrupt the feminine. And so she was given the access, the direct access to the remembrance. And this direct access is via the womb, as the womb is the multidimensional portal. This is the multidimensional portal. This is where souls come through. Souls from the higher dimensional realms come through this portal. This is a sacred interdimensional portal, which the divine feminine carries. So this is very crucial. Why is the feminine got that? Because Mother, Father, God gave that to the feminine to be responsible for that, the gatekeeper of all the souls coming through. Divine feminine has been granted very, 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 very high, holy, important gifts by the divine, by Mother, Father, God, and that is why, you know, there's been this whole massive, you know, kind of vilification of the divine feminine because of her power. But you know, we're all waking up now, and I'm awake. I'm divine feminine. I'm awake. And I remember the holy story that my soul was born from. So I remember, and we're all one ocean. Remember that? We're all, like, you know, like, there's not, you can't have like a slightly more special bit of the ocean. You know, like each drop of water is equal. So let's go. So zero doubt. So yeah, there's a really good message that we're bringing through about the divine feminine. I'm curious to know. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I'm curious to know if there are any divine feminines here who are with karmic partners. How are you navigating that in regards to also being on a twin flame path? In one of Jen's videos, she mentioned that often we are with karmic partners due to needs around security. I'm learning more about twin flames and opening myself up to the journey, but I'm also aware that the relationship I've been in for the last 10 years is likely a karmic partnership. It all feels very edgy and uncomfortable at the moment. If anyone has experience along these lines, I would love to hear your story. Well, my dear sister, I believe in your case that the reason why it feels edgy and uncomfortable is because your soul is no longer comfortable in that relationship. If it was comfortable, you would be comfortable. But your soul is saying to you, there's a limitation in this, the paradigm of the frequency of this relationship. My soul is limited. And therefore, because of this massive ascension gateway and the influx of all the intense gamma ray light particles, this is activating this, you know, because there's a certain amount of resistance within you to obviously to bring a transformation to this situation. But you know what, my dear sister, like the message that I've been bringing through is that you don't really need to do anything. Like already the universe is sorting this out. The universe is already dealing with these karmic partnerships within many of the twin flame relationships during this particular gateway. And many karmic partners are I've been shown are twin flames. And you know, so you will probably find that your partner is a twin flame, and that when you release him out of, like, you know, whatever, when you come through that fear of like whatever's new and change and stuff, and you release him, what I'm being shown is that for a lot of these karmic partnerships, as they are released, they're actually landing on twin flame timelines. And this has all been part of the divine contract and the divine plan, that a lot of these karmic partners are actually twin flames. Yeah, and that really resonates for me, because like if you're a twin flame, then the person, you know, it makes sense. This is interesting times that we're living in. Security. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I mean, I don't know, I feel that's really, really clear. I'll listen back and go, oh, I should have said that. You know, it is really challenging. Like, oh my God, you know, when I do sessions with people and they're in this situation, I just like, you know, I'm an empath. I'm like a next level empath, and I feel like your situation, and I don't say anything like flippantly or with a sense that this is an easy, like, you know, choice. because it's not. Like, this really is like base level issues coming up now. Anyway, right. Then someone else has asked, I know I'm late to ask this, perhaps it's better to leave for another video, but I'll mention it now. There's an ever-present struggle for me. It's between balancing love for the twin and boundaries, love for myself and boundaries, love and service to the world and boundaries. Sometimes I chide myself that I should be further along in my understanding of this, and in the achieving of the balance itself. I don't believe any admonishment of self is needed. Rather, a more proficient use of our energy is to love, accept and honour where we are in this process. Balancing love for the twin and boundaries, love for myself. Balancing love for the twin and boundaries. Well, I think that really for the Divine Feminine, the vast majority of Divine Feminine have still got to work on self-love and boundaries. And that means the remembrance that Mother, Father, God has given you personally the job to be guardian of your little girl or little boy. You know, remember that little girl or little boy that you used to be, that precious little being? Well, it's your job to care for that being. And you do that through your voice, through your speaking, and through asking and communicating what it is that your inner being needs and requires. And so, and it is about prioritising that, because if you don't prioritise that, who on the face of this earth is going to prioritise your needs? You know, when we're not children anymore. And that is it, you have to be the one. So, and that is what, and most people don't, and you know, and all of us, like I know even for myself, I've had a terrible pattern of, in relationships, suddenly just kind of like letting go of all boundaries and just becoming just one really, really quick, and like merging on, you know, on every level with someone who isn't my twin. Someone who isn't my twin. And then like suddenly going, oh my god, who am I? Oh holy shit, like where's my light? I've stopped playing the guitar, I've stopped singing, I'm a bit shy to, like, you know, and my higher self's like, well, we're going to get you out of that situation, that's not going to work out for us, like we need you to be full power, sister. And this is what the whole 888, a massive part of the 888 transmission is all about, brothers and sisters. And this is partly why I've made this video, because Spirit's like, Jen, you've actually got to go and explain what we're going to be doing in the 888. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with the Divine Feminine, and we're going to be activating and clearing out a very, very, very old template pertaining to an insidious pattern whereby the Divine Feminine has become extremely submissive energetically around the Divine Masculine. And this is a very, very human 3D program that has infiltrated many of the Divine Feminines, and us on the front line. It is our duty and responsibility to clear this program out for the collective. And when we clear out this program, we're going to be activating the empowerment of the codes of the remembrance of the Divine Feminine's inherent sovereignty, and that actually her primary relationship will always be with Mother, Father, God, and source energy. And she is a source being, she is not lacking, and she has come here to radiate and emit the remembrance that of who she is as a source being. She has not come here empty and in lack on any level whatsoever. And this is what is occurring, brothers and sisters. The Magdalene transmission was so important for us to really, really assist in this timeline jump. And so many of us are experiencing such enormous ripples of forgiveness to the masculine. And I'm getting so many emails from everyone saying really, really how extremely powerful the Magdalene transmission was. And so this has created like the fertile ground, you know, definitely the beautiful fertile ground for the seeds now of the empowerment and the remembrance of the Divine Feminine. It's really, really important, sisters, that and brothers, because as you come forth, you're doing this for the Divine Feminine within you, which is actually the manifestation of your divine counterpart, your twin flame. You're doing it for her. So yeah, everyone is going to benefit, and that's just one aspect. We're also being asked to clear the old electromagnetic grid pertaining to the vibration of fear and separation, and we're going to be the Earth Ground crew facilitating the Syrian crew to implement the unity grid, which is also known as the Christ consciousness grid, which is a 5D template. It's going to be activated on the grid points. It's very, very, very crucial work, brothers and sisters, and I know so many of you are going to really, really come forward now, and this is going to be the last transmission. There won't be another one till equinox, so we're all going to get a lot of time now after this to assimilate all of these really, really intense energetics. But it's so crucial at these times that we gather together in our ascension groups, brothers and sisters. Come together with the tribe, gather your consciousness. We have been given so much power within our imagination, within our consciousness. And if there's one thing I wish for everyone to take on board, like as a reminder from watching these videos, is to remember like the almighty power of your imagination, and that it's really, really important that we utilise that. And that's why all the work that I do and all the MP3s, everything is all to do with utilising the imagination. And the results are absolutely phenomenal. The results are absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah. And that's because we're using the imagination. Okay, so brothers and sisters, I'm going to play a song because I've had so many requests from people from the 888 transmission, the Magdalene transmission, have requested that I sing the song that I played. So I'm going to sing it. In the cold of the evening, they used to gather if the stars in the meadow circle near an old oak tree at the times appointed by the seasons of the earth and phases of the moon. In the center often stood a woman, equal to the others and respected for her words. One of the many who they call the witches, the teachers and the healers of the wisdom of the earth. Hear them chanting healing incantations, calling all the wise ones, celebrating dance and song. My sister started Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Inanna. My sister started Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Inanna. Now there were those who came to power through domination. They were bonded in their worship to dead man on a cross. They sought control of the common people by demanding their allegiance to the Church of Rome. And the Pope, he demanded the Inquisition. It was war against those women whose power was their fear in this Holocaust, in this age of evil. 9 million European women, they died, and the tale is told of those who by the hundreds, holding hands together, chose their deaths unto the sea, while chanting the praises of the Mother Goddess. Their refusal and betrayal women were dying to be free. Ay, sister de Diana, Hecate Amita Kali Nana. Ay, sister de Diana, Hecate Amita Kali Nana. Now there were those who came to power, to domination. They were bonded in their worship to a dead man on a cross. They sought control of the common people by demanding their allegiance to the Church of Rome. And the Pope, he commanded the Inquisition. It was war against those women whose power was their fear in this Holocaust, in this age of evil. 9 million European women, they died, and the tale is told of those who by the hundreds, holding hands together, chose their deaths unto the sea, while chanting the praises of the mother goddess, their refusal and betrayal. Women were dying to be free. Ay, sister de Diana, Hecate Amita Kali Nana. Ay, sister de Diana, Hecate Amita Kali Nana. Now the earth is a witch, and still we burn her, stripping her down with mining and the poison of all war. Still to us, the earth's a healer, a teacher and a mother, a weaver of a web of light that keeps us all alive. She gives us the vision to see through all the chaos. She gives us the courage, it is our will to survive. Ay, sister de Diana, Hecate Amita Kali Nana. Ay, sister de Diana, Hecate Amita Kali Nana. Inanna, inanna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, sisters, a little bit of bliss from my world. I hope you felt that. I really felt that. When I was singing to Krishna and Radha, I really felt their spirits come through. Oh, felt them so strong. And I really hope you felt them too. Feel Krishna and Radha, the dance of the divine lovers in your heart, eternally in divine union, spiraling and spinning on the 0-point field. Remember who you are. You are the beloved, and you are the beloved. And all is one, and all is home, and you are whole. And one day, every single part of you will fully awaken to the remembrance of that, and you will flipping burst out laughing. You'll be like, oh my freaking shit. All those moments of goddamn worry. So, my advice is create joy, create connection, create intimacy, create bliss. That's what we're here to do. Meet brothers and sisters. So yeah, this is me checking out as ever. It's so divine to connect with you, and yeah, so many blessings of, like, you know, the highest and the most eternal light to everyone. And please come forward for the 8-8 transmission, brothers and sisters. Starseeds, 144,000. You are truly being called to come forth and anchor. Is, you know, it's really important now, divine beings. We've got a few days to anchor this, and God bless you all, Goddess bless you all. Namaste, divine light. Beloveds, as many of you are contacting our beloved channel with regards to the 888 Lionsgate transmission, we would like to inform you that indeed this transmission has been ordained to take place on the 8th of August 2017 at 4:44 p.m. UK time. The Lionsgate is a huge intergalactic portal that aligns our Earth from the perspective of the Egyptian pyramids to the star system of Sirius. Each year, until the full ascension of Gaia and all her inhabitants is attained, the Lionsgate portal will increase energetically in intensity. And this year of 2017 is by far the most intense alignment we have ever experienced on the earthly plane. We are calling you forth now, the solid earth crew, to come forward and hold your energy on your specific grid point for the 888 transmission, in order to assist Gaia to successfully anchor the Unity Christ Consciousness grid on that particular date. We are being asked to assist Gaia to dismantle herself from the old grid that was calibrated to support the illusion of fear and separation, and don her new ascension garb, the brand new Unity grid. On this date, we will also be working specifically with the divine feminine consciousness to support the feminine to remain firm in her alignment to source energy, particularly when she comes into physical union with her divine counterpart. For many feminine polarity twin flames, this is very often a huge issue that leads in so many cases to the higher self of the twin flames deeming that physical separation is more beneficial energetically than the divine feminine losing and experiencing the diminishment of her light quota. This is a huge issue that needs to be addressed now in this powerful gateway that is witnessing many twin flames coming into recognition and physical union with each other. There are other important aspects of the 888 gateway that will be revealed in due course. Suffice to say that for those who come forward now will receive the most almighty soul support from the Earth Ascension crew, and of course from the high angelic crew that are overseeing the personal and collective ascension. Please see below for full details to book onto this powerful transmission. Namaste, Matahari Ji.
Hello, I'm David Mills from England. It's difficult to put into words just what a transformative impact Jen McCarthy's transmissions have had on my life, and in particular my twin flame journey. It is an honour to have had the opportunity to contribute to profound shifts in the collective consciousness through Jen's transmissions, which have benefited me personally as well as the collective. She is a divine teacher and healer and an inspirational role model for twin flames everywhere. I wholeheartedly recommend anyone on this twin flame journey to join her next.
Dear ones, I have brought through a series of extremely powerful MP3 activations that have been designed to fast track you into full union with your beloved twin flame. Number 1, meet the 5th dimensional aspect of your twin flame. Number 2, meet and merge in the 0 point field with your twin flame. Number 3, the abundance MP3 activation. Number 4, the self-worth MP3 activation. Number 5, the Magdalene and Yeshua Divine Union MP3. Number 6, heal and restore the Atlantis timeline. Number 7, the Violet Waterfall MP3. Number 8, the Inner Child Healing MP3. Number 9, Love Your Physical Body Reprogramming MP3. Number 10, Light Language Dispensation. Number 11, Deep Relaxation MP3. Number 12, Balancing, Giving and Receiving. Number 13, Reviving the Frozen Garden of Your Heart. Number 14, Source Frequency Activation. And number 15, Angelic T-Cell Activation. Thank you so much for watching this video, beloveds. Please like, comment and subscribe. Many, many blessings to you all. Namaste.